G'day guys. I brewed a Hefeweizen beer. If you're interested to see how I brewed it, stay tuned. Well, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the Hefeweizen beer I brewed. We'll go through the brew footage, and then at the end we'll do the tasting. So first off, what is a Hefeweizen? Well, it's a German wheat beer that originated from Bavaria. The grist bill I used was 50% wheat malt, and I used Tettnang in the brew. And fermented at 21 degrees. Yeah, it's come up pretty nicely. And yeah, let's see the brew footage, and we'll talk through the recipe as well. So I used about 51% wheat malt and 49% pale. I also used rice hulls, 200 grams, just to ensure I didn't have a stuck mash. I mashed in 65 degrees for 60 minutes and mashed out 75 for 10. I used Tettnang for bittering. And these are my water additions. I fermented at 21 degrees using the Bavarian yeast from Mango Jacks. Yeah, I'm pouring in my grist here, giving it a good stir, making sure all the grain is wet. And here's my rice hulls, which was 200 grams. That's just to ensure you get a filter bed and you don't get a stuck mash. Putting in the grain top plate and recirculating the mash now. So that's recirculating 65 degrees Celsius for an hour. Here I am sparging. So yeah, that's just hot water at 75 degrees Celsius. And yeah, I didn't have a stuck mash at all, so those rice hulls worked really well. Here's my Tettnang hops. I'm chucking into the boil. And the boil is at 100 degrees Celsius and will boil for an hour. Make sure you stir it. Yep, now the wort's cooled and it's in the fermenter at 21 degrees Celsius. And now I'm adding my yeast. I used Mango Jacks Bavarian yeast, M20, and I'm putting it in there. If you look here, it's a nice creamy head, and it does stay there. White creamy head like a Hefeweizen should. It's fairly well carbonated and pale in colour, which is what it should be. On aroma, I get really clovey, as opposed to banana. That slight banana esters, but mainly clove. I fermented at 21 degrees Celsius, so that would favour more the clove phenol properties. If I wanted it more banana, I would bump the temperature up more than that. So I recommend doing that if you want more banana as opposed to clove. But I was after a more clovey. On taste, yeah, it's quite clovey is what you get first up. You get slight banana, yeasty, but it's quite carbonated. I carbonated it at 16 psi for a week. So this has been in the keg for a week now. And then serving pressure's at 12 psi. So you can see, yeah, still nice white creamy head there. Yeah, taste-wise is quite dry finish. It ended up at 1.014 gravity, which is the high end for a Hefeweizen. Oh, next time I brew it, I'll probably target 64 degrees for 60 minutes. I did 65 on this one, and just to make it a bit more fermentable. But I'm quite happy with this. It's clovey, banana-y, quite dry, around 5% alcohol, and it's not bitter at all. It shouldn't be bitter. The hops I used is Tetnang, which should give it, and the amount I used should give it a not a hoppy or bitter finish, but just enough to add to the estery notes of this. So I'm quite happy with this. It's a great beer, and for summer, it's very refreshing, and you can quite easily knock a back few of these down. And if you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Cheers.